Hi, my name is Brian Goffney, University of Houston alumni, class of '99. This is my wife, Dr. Imani Goffney.
Faculty member in the College of Education, and we are collectively faculty and residence members for the Moody Towers. We live in the North Tower with our two daughters and are very excited about being able to serve in this role and meet the students and tell them all about the wonderful things about living on campus at the University of Houston.
So I met Imani on Christmas vacation, 1996. We are both from Dallas. We went to Dallas. She was at Spelman, went home from Spelman. I was here, drove down. I was a big part of my youth program at my church, Concord, in Dallas. And we met through a mutual friend who was one of my great friends in Dallas who just didn't happen to graduate when I did. So he didn't get the great experience of the University of Houston. But we met at a church lock-in for New Year's Eve that I was throwing, and he invited her to. I was big time. It was my event. So I'm bouncing around, meeting people, greeting people, and then 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, I kind of crash, and I'm sitting talking to a group of friends, and I know her, but I don't know her. And she comes up, and she starts up conversation.
Because I'm so friendly.
So friendly, and I so wasn't at the time. And she broke through early on, and we met because she needed a place to take a nap, and my leg was available. So
that's right. He offered me his leg, and then he offered me his leg after I asked for it.
There it is.
And then later offered me his number, and we went from there to dating. And we're really sad when he came back to Houston, and I went back to Atlanta after having spent a lot of time together over the Christmas breaks.
And it's amazing that you meet people as teenagers, and then you see them again as adults, or you grow with them as adults, and people are professionals. They're attorneys and doctors and teachers and social workers, and who would have ever thought that these teenagers would have become something? And as a result of kind of our relationships with each other, we're able to still connect with them. Our kids are the same age. They get to play together. We get to have these positive experiences with people that we met 17 years ago and had no idea that they were going to be in our lives for that long or make that strong of an impact. So that was my University of Houston experience, meeting all these different people and cultivating those relationships and living on campus, which was the biggest deal for me because I lived on campus all 4 years. That was what sold it for me. That's when I came back, that's what I wanted to give the students that are here now. I wanted to give them the support that they couldn't get from their parents because their parents weren't here, and maybe because they didn't have that relationship with their parents, but they might be able to get it from me because I had it, and they can listen to me about my story, and I can tell them how it was for me and what I got from it and where I am now and how I can look back and see it.
The legacy is we have 5 college degrees between the two of us, and that happened because we stayed on campus, and that happened because the schools that we went to really wanted the students to be successful. And my experience here as a faculty member is I see that same thing. I have those same kinds of conversations with my colleagues about a student that's struggling or a student that needs resources, and that the University of Houston has all of these different opportunities.
I mean, I have lots of positive experiences just about being on campus at U of H. These are things that it would have been harder for me to do if I had to come from the apartments over on Holly Hall or over by Reliance Center, which wasn't there either, by the way.
The stories that I hear from Brian are these balance of these academic stories with people and promise, and others have starting study groups and helping them be successful, to this very elaborate kind of layered social life that had formal events like step parties with informal events like dominoes and spades, and that collectively nurture a person and encourage a person to kind of dig in and realize this is where I want to be. I don't want to drop out of school. I don't want to be kicked out of school. I don't want to transfer. This is where I want to be at this time in my life, and that all of these collective experiences are encouraging me to move forward in my goals and to move forward to the next step of the thing that I really want to do. That's what I get from listening to your stories and when you talk about it.